What's up, folks? Welcome to another edition of Carolina Panthers Talk, brought to you by Blitzball Champ Gaming. I'm your host, as usual, Blitzball Champ Jason Ingram, coming at you once again here on the U to the Tube. All right, folks. Week 7 is among us. Week 7, the Carolina Panthers will travel on the road to go up against the New York Giants. All right. Let's take a look at a few things. First off, the ESPN matchup predictor. 56.6% chance Carolina wins, 43.1% chance that the New York Giants win, and a 0.3% chance of a tie. Looking at the injury report, so the Giants got a handful of folks. They got a lot of people on injured reserve. We know Aaron Robinson, cornerback, is out. He's listed as out. Saquon Barkley is questionable. Kenny Galladay is questionable, which apparently those two didn't practice. Kadarius Toney, wide receiver, he's doubtful. See, they got a bunch of wide receivers listed as questionable. Darius Slayton, Sterling Shepard, John Ross. They have two tight ends, Evan Ingram and Caden Smith, both questionable. Sam Beal at cornerback, questionable. Defensive tackle Danny Shelton is questionable. Ben Bredesen at guard is questionable. So the Giants are pretty banged up, and they are currently 1-5. Now, looking at Carolina, the thing with us, so they do have Stefan Gilmore listed as out, which, like I said, he's been a limited participant in practice. I mean, he's gotten a chance to practice, but I figured he wasn't going to be playing this Sunday because, one, it's too early. It's too early. He just got off the PUP list, and I just feel like it's too early. So I didn't expect him to play this weekend. Of course, Shaq Thompson, Cameron Irving, Terrace Marshall Jr., Alex Erickson, Giovanni Ricci, all are listed as questionable. And Terrace Marshall, he didn't practice today, nor did Giovanni Ricci. And Alex Erickson was a limited participant. All three of these guys, concussion. So we're a little banged up at wide receiver. Of course, we all know Brandon Zylstra was placed on injured reserve. So we're a little banged up as well as the Giants. But I feel like we still should win this game. I mean, looking at who the Giants have on their team, I mean, like I said, Saquon Barkley, very dangerous at running back, but it remains to be seen if he's going to play. We don't know if he's going to play because he's listed as questionable. Daniel Jones is really not I don't really see him as a big threat. But Kenny Galladay, we'll have to see what happens with him because he's questionable at wide receiver. And of course, they got Kyle Rudolph as well, veteran tight end. Oh, yeah, they got Woodrow Hamilton. I forgot about him. He's a former Carolina Panther at defensive tackle. Of course, they got Leonard Williams. They have, of course, Danny Shelton, which he was listed as questionable. And of course, don't forget about James Bradbury. James Bradbury still is really good. He was a Pro Bowler last season. Of course, they got Logan Ryan, another great cornerback. See, Jabril Peppers at safety. I mean, they got some notable folks on the defense. But looking at this matchup, there's a couple of things that come to mind. Looking at the Giants' offense, listen to these rankings for the Giants' offense. They are ranked 16th in total yards a game. They're ranked 25th in rushing yards a game. Now, they are ranked 10th in net passing yards a game. So they're in the top 10 with net passing yards. They are tied for 13th in sacks allowed. They are 24th in third down efficiency. And they are 27th in points a game. I mean, honestly, I understand that the rushing game has been hurting some because, Saquon Barkley hasn't been 100%. But their passing game, top 10 in net passing yards, something to keep an eye out. Something to definitely keep an eye out on. And like I said, depending if Saquon Barkley is a go for the Sunday, really got to put some focus on the run, just depending on how that goes. But their passing game definitely seems decent. And, they are 13th in sacks allowed. That's not super high, but it's definitely better than Carolina on offense, who's tied for 26th in sacks allowed. So it seems that the Giants do a fairly average job at protecting the quarterback. So something to keep in mind. And then looking at their defense, looking at the Giants' defense, they're 27th in total yards a game. They're ranked 29th in rushing yards a game. This is on defense. They're 22nd in passing yards a game. They're tied for 27th in sacks. They are 21st in third down efficiency on defense. They are tied for 10th place in takeaways. So they do have takeaways. They have a history of takeaways. And they are tied for 29th in points allowed per game. So, to be honest, y'all, that defense, with those rankings, you would think Carolina should be able to wreck this defense. Like I said, the only notable stat on their defense is they're tied for 10th in takeaways. But everything else is in the 20s and lower. To be honest with y'all, Carolina shouldn't lose this game. They really have no business losing this game, realistically. And even on defense, you look at the Carolina Panthers rankings for defense, third in total yards allowed, 15th in rushing yards allowed. That's something that still needs work. Second in passing yards allowed, tied for 6th in sacks. Second in the league in third down efficiency. So we're good at getting the defense off the field. Tied for 19th in takeaways. Our takeaways are kind of low. And 6th in points allowed per game. Honestly, and looking at their offense, looking at the Giants' offense, we really, on offense and defense, we should be able to wreck this team. We should be able to. If Carolina loses this game, we're in big, deep trouble. Because if we can't beat the Giants, how can we even expect to beat any team in our division or any other team of equivalent difficulty if we lose to the Giants. The Giants are 1-5, y'all. I know this is an away game, but there's not a whole lot that I can really say, but Carolina Panthers should have no business losing this game. I mean, I said the same with the Eagles, but realistically, with this Giants team, Carolina should have no problem beating this team. With these rankings, now the only thing with Carolina's offense, I mean, it's been a struggle on offense. 18th in total yards a game, 17th in rushing yards a game, 15th in net passing yards, tied for 26 in sacks allowed. That's not good. 26 in third down efficiency. That's not good. And 16th in points per game. I mean, offense has taken some hits, but you look at that Giants defense. I mean, you would honestly think we should, with the folks that we have, we should be able to beat the Giants. It's really going to come down to Sam Darnold's execution. It's going to come down to Joe Brady opening up the playbook, getting creative and getting aggressive, and putting together strong drives that lead to points. Because it's not going to make any sense for the defense to be able to get the team off the field, for the offense to have plenty of opportunities, and they can't capitalize. And they really should have no excuse in capitalizing with this Giants defense and their rankings. Plain and simple as that. I expect the D-line to wreak havoc, hopefully, on the Giants O-line and get to the quarterback. If they can pressure and make Daniel Jones very uncomfortable, it should be easy. It should be an easy day if they can do that. It should be an easy day. Like, I understand we've lost 3 straight. Like I said, Cowboys are a good team. Eagles, we really should have beaten the Eagles. And the Vikings, they have weapons on offense and defense. So the Vikings wasn't a gimme either. So, but the Giants, like, we really Carolina should have no business losing to the Giants. If they lose to the Giants, then I'm not so sure if they'll win another game if we lose to the Giants. Because that's going to be embarrassing. That's going to be very embarrassing. And I have a few friends that are Giants fans. I haven't talked to in a while, but realistically, if Carolina loses to the Giants, they're in deep, deep, deep trouble. And I have a feeling somebody is probably going to get fired. If the Giants win, I think somebody's getting fired. That might sound crazy, but I just don't find any excuse for that to go down like that. So realistically, this should be a win. And honestly, this should be a 2 to 3 touchdown win for Carolina. So, honestly, I'm going to say 24-7 Carolina. Like I said, they may give up a touchdown. Maybe possibly a touchdown and a field goal. But realistically, Carolina should obliterate the Giants. Even amidst our struggles on offense, we should be able to obliterate the Giants. In all seriousness. If we can't beat the Giants, it's not going to look good, especially for the coaching staff, for some of the players, and just going forward in the season. It's not going to look good. It's not going to look good at all, and it's going to get harder and harder to be able to get back on track if we lose this game. Offense really needs to execute. Sam Darnold needs to go through his progressions, make the right decisions, stop eyeing down one receiver. Robbie Anderson is going to have another shot to redeem himself from the Vikings game. I know he did get the touchdown, but still, he did struggle. And even DJ struggled. Had a fumble, something he hadn't done in a few years. So, they need to get back on track. I hope to see Shi Smith get some more touches, because I think he can be a great weapon and a great asset in this game. I think this could potentially be a game where we see a lot of Shi Smith in action. Here's hoping. Joe Brady also needs to get the tight ends involved. You can see when we get the tight ends involved, it equals positive yards. It happened in the Vikings game. We got to get the tight ends involved. Ian Thomas been making some good catches. Tommy Tremble, he's turned into pretty much a red zone threat. He's a red zone threat. So we gotta use that to our advantage, especially against a defense like the Giants. Like Joe Brady. Dude, get aggressive. Get deep in that playbook. Use your weapons, dude. I mean, you got speed demons like DJ Moore, Robbie Anderson, heck, Shi Smith. Like, let's take some shots. Let's expand on that. Chuba Hubbard, he's been running well. I mean, let's run that ball. Give him an opportunity to really open up the passing game. Ian Thomas has made some good catches. Tommy Tremble, get them involved. Tommy Tremble, I feel like he's going to become a playmaker, but they got to use him. Y'all got to use him. Come on, Joe Brady, you need to get aggressive, man. You need to be smart, but you need to be aggressive. This is your chance, Joe Brady. Against this Giants team, this is your chance. If y'all can't string forth good drives that turn into touchdowns, I really don't see any reason in keeping him on this team any longer. Sam Darnold, dude, you got to stay focused. You got to make better decisions, and your awareness and reaction time has to be better. Offensive line, y'all have to really be on your A game consistently in this game. Because in order for the offense to have a great chance of succeeding, Sam's going to need time, and he's going to have to be able to make the right decision. And Joe Brady's going to have to dial up some good plays to make these drives successful. This is y'all's best chance to do that against this 1-5 craptacular Giants team. So there's really no excuses. Excuse me. There's no excuses why this Carolina Panthers team shouldn't obliterate this New York Giants team. 24-7 is my prediction. Like I said, it's an away game. Right now, Carolina's 3-3. the chance to bounce back, I mean, it was games ago. It was, ever since the Eagles game, that was the time for us to bounce back. But now it is extremely critical, season dependent on y'all bouncing back with a victory. Because if y'all can't beat the Giants, then it's going to really make it hard to believe that this team can win any more division games and even get to 10 wins. Hate to say it, but I mean, the ESPN matchup predictor is giving the Giants a 43.1% chance to beat us. That's kind of high, y'all. For a 1-5 team, that's kind of high. I'm just saying, that's high. But anyway, Carolina defense, we got to get to the quarterback. We had no sacks last game. We need to get to the quarterback. It's a must. In this Giants game, it is a must that we get to the quarterback. We started off strong and racking up sacks, but we've hit a wall. We need to get to the quarterback. Like I said, go ahead and be prepared as if Saquon Barkley is going to play. He might not, but go ahead and prepare for him and really be critical on stopping the run. That's a priority as well. So y'all might as well go ahead and plan for Saquon Barkley to play. Just go ahead and get that mindset. And then, like I said, the passing game, defense, y'all are good at third down efficiency. Capitalize on that. Get the ball in the hands of the offense, and then it's on the offense. But this should be an obliteration comeback game for the Carolina Panthers to get back on track. So 24-7 is my prediction. Let me know what y'all think about this Week 7 matchup. Let me know what y'all's thoughts are. Keys to victory. Who would you like to see break out in this? Do you feel like this is an easy win? Do you think this is another trap game? Let me know what y'all think. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you don't miss any video. Thank you so much for watching. This is Blitzball champ Jason Ingram with another Carolina Panthers talk. Hope everybody has a blessed rest of the week, and I will see y'all very soon. Peace out.